Hello and welcome to the program once again. My name's Grant Lee, and on today's program we have the multi-award winning group V9 Collective, founded by the bass player of the group back in March 2009. He's a songwriter, he's also a producer. His name is Sam. V9 Collective music can best be described as a fusion of old school funk and new school soul with that sweet gospel vocals. Now, V9 Collective members Sam, his wife Vanetta, his sisters Ruth and Tula, and their cousin Samia. I might have got that wrong, Tula.
No, you got
But
that right.
I got it right.
Yeah, that was good.
So please do welcome to our show today, Tula Lynch. Hello, Tula.
Hello, Grantley.
How are you?
I am well. I'm very warm, but
You
I'm
are.
not complaining. Yeah,
It's
it's
one of
good to have
those
some
hot
sunshine.
days today, isn't it?
Yes,
That
it
we've
is.
been longing for.
Yes, I've been
So
waiting for it.
yeah,
So yeah, I'm good. When the sun's out, I'm happy.
yeah. Most people are.
Yeah.
It's so good to have you on the program today. Now, in the introduction, I spoke about how your brother Sam
Mhm.
founded the group back in 2009. So we're going to cover all of that. We're going to
Mhm.
cover the history of V9 Collective. And
Mhm.
also we're going to talk about the new album which got released on the 31st of May
Mhm.
2001. Sorry,
21.
2021. Beg your
Mhm.
pardon. And that's exciting, right?
Very. Yeah.
Very, very.
Mm.
Okay, so let's go back to the early days of V9 Collective.
Mhm.
Tell us how the group was. I know Sam was like the driving force,
Mm.
okay? And just to give the viewers and listeners a sort of, a good, clear picture, tell
Mm.
us about the connection between Sam and everybody else, first of all.
Okay. So as you mentioned, Sam's my older brother
Yep,
and Ruth's older brother. So Sam first, then Ruth, then me.
yep,
He married the lovely Vanetta 20 years ago, and Samil is Vanetta's first cousin. So,
yep,
like, we've all been quite close over the years, through different things, through singing in different places and through
yep.
church and just life and family functions and all the rest of it.
Uh-huh.
Um, yeah, so coming to the point of making the group, putting the group together, it was very organic, I would say. It wasn't, I don't think I'd say it was something that was planned or
Yeah,
that we thought, oh yeah, well, let's do it like this. It was more, Sam had been creating, he had been doing some production bits and pieces,
uh-huh.
and he had written some songs. There were some old projects that we had done before, just randomly, not as a group, just randomly.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, he had done some production bits, and then sometimes he would have Vanetta help him with writing some of the songs. Sometimes I would come and work with him, or Samil might be around. It was just, if somebody's there, like, oh, do you want to try writing on this song, or just kind of, it kind of happened like that. I don't know if the others would explain it the same way, but I think from my view, it was almost like the album came first and then the group, if you get what I mean. It
yeah, I
was,
do get what you mean.
yeah,
Yeah,
the music
yeah.
came first and then the group.
And then the group followed.
Yeah, yeah,
That's quite organic. That's quite
yeah,
organic.
very.
And how did you get to the point? Because you guys put out an album back in 2010.
Uh-huh.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so that was that collection of songs really, that we had written together.
Right.
Um, yeah, and it was just kind of like, let's get them together. Let's release them. Let's take some nice pictures.
Hmm.
Let's get it on an album, like just get it out like that. And then I
Remind
think
us of the title of the album again.
it's called World to Me. That
World
first
to
album.
Me.
Yeah, that was the first album. And I think we were all a bit blown away by how it was received, because it was just, yeah, it just kind of happened.
I think back in those days, because we are talking 11 years ago now. Funny enough,
Oh, uh-huh.
it sounds strange when you say it like that,
Yeah,
right? Because
yeah.
it's
Time's
like a
gone so
period of time.
quickly.
But back
Yeah.
in those days, we were still on that British. We want to, because we all remember Raymond Nico's Cyanide Company and
Mm-hmm.
lots of groups like that were really sort of making an impact. Raymond Nico especially,
Mm-hmm.
and still in 2008, 2009, 10, the British public still wanted to have a group that they could rally round and have
Mm-hmm.
some, go and buy their albums, that sort of thing. I think
Mm-hmm.
V9 Collective has got that quality, and you've all got that charisma and friendliness and just very relatable type of music that you guys put together. And I think that's part of the reason why you were so well received.
Oh, thank you.
I think so. I think so. Anyway,
Yeah.
I can remember going to one of your gigs. I think
Mm-hmm.
it was 2013, and it was in a pub upstairs. Can you remember that
Mm-hmm.
location? Probably.
I feel like
Sam, I
we've
spoke to
done a
Sam
couple pubs
earlier.
upstairs.
Yeah, I can't remember
Yeah.
the name, but he remembered just like that. He's got a better memory than
He's
me.
got a very
Anyway,
good memory, better
he
than mine too.
has, he has. But that was the last time I saw V9 Collective as a
Mm-hmm.
group performing was 2013.
Mm-hmm.
Now, as we know, everyone's like, oh, the lockdown, the lockdown, the lockdown.
Mm.
As a group, how has it affected V9 Collective, this lockdown situation?
Um, I would say I don't think it's necessarily affected us as a group, as in, I know that for a lot of people, it slowed them down and meant that they weren't able to sing or do gigs or had to cancel stuff.
Yeah.
But to be honest, before the lockdown, we had already sort of been on a bit of a pause.
A
Um,
little bit of a sabbatical.
yeah, yeah, for a few years actually.
Yeah.
I think the last one that we did was probably 2018. So
Okay.
by the time we hit 2020, we were still quite quiet anyway.
Yeah.
And I think just the, I guess if we were to say it affected us in any way, I think we realized that it was just time to get going again. We
Yeah.
missed it. And I think we have all come to a point where, I don't know, life has started to settle a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
What
and it
did you
was like, yeah,
miss? What did you miss?
I think we missed each other, really. We missed doing it together. We missed being able to make music together and being able to be on stage together. And because the thing is, although we have a good time on stage, I think just generally we have a good time with each other. There's always lots of jokes and lots of laughing and deep conversations and stuff like that. So it was nice just to hang on. We've had that album there for a good while. We've been saying it for ages, we want to get it out. We want to get it out. We had it finished recording from a while ago. So it
Wow.
was like, yeah, now's
Yeah.
now's a good time to do
Because
it.
you guys really just have got everything like at your disposal. It's all there. If Sam wants to lay down the track, he can just jump in the room, grab his bass, and just go. Do you know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? You don't have to like book this place and book that place and then
Yeah,
get this and get that.
yeah.
You said that you're all pretty close. I know Ruth is in a different country, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. She is.
So how hard has that been? In the light of the lockdown and everything. Being able to
Mm,
go and see Ruth, and for her to come and see you whenever
yeah,
you like, kind of thing. How hard has that been?
yeah. Well, that's naturally been a challenge. From when Ruth went over to Norway, we did always say, we just keep things going. We'll keep it going. We keep her space warm until she's able to come back. So when she's here, she could just slot in, and then
Slot
we
back
go
in,
back.
yeah,
Yeah, we go back as
yeah,
normal. So
yeah,
it wasn't too bad. Because of lockdown, we were all just separated anyway.
yeah,
So when it came to hearing the final masters, of the album before it was released, we were all on it's four-way call. Sam and Vanetta were on the same one. So we were
Yeah.
all on the call together, listening and giving our feedback and stuff like that.
Yeah,
So,
that must have been good fun.
yeah, she's still been able to be involved. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was. It was quite nice to see everybody at the same time.
Yeah. Now,
Yeah,
you
it was
guys are
cool.
quite a musical family, both as Lynches and beyond. All
Yeah.
right, and I want everyone to get a feel of exactly what I mean by that. Okay, so I've already said that Sam's a bass player. Does he play any other instruments?
He can, but bass is his main thing.
That's his baby, isn't it?
Yeah, that's his main thing. But he
He
can
likes to
do,
pick on the strings. Yeah.
yeah, he can do the synth as well, bass synth. He's been picking up his skills
Okay.
on that. He's been doing really well with that. A
Excellent.
little bit with the keys and stuff like that, but yeah, bass mostly.
Right, and then run us through the rest of the rest of the guys. What are you just singers or do you play instruments? From Ruth, come right the way through.
Um, we are mainly singers. Ruth can dabble a little bit on the piano as well.
Okay.
She was both her and Sam were taught music when they were younger. I followed a
Yes.
little bit later, so I didn't get the benefits of that. but,
The money had
yeah.
run out by then. The funds.
Tired or something like that, something along those lines. Yeah.
Okay.
But yeah, she does a little bit of that. The rest of us, we just sing and we write. I think it's just
And
over.
write as well. So
Yeah,
everybody writes.
yeah, we've all been involved in writing the new album.
Okay.
Yeah, so
So
there's
when you bump heads with somebody to put pen to paper, who would that usually be with? Would it just be yourself or who? Who would it be with if you collaborate within the guys?
it's been a mixture really. So I guess it just depended on the day because there was one song.
What song did you write on the latest album? What song did you write
Oh, there
or
were.
help to write?
I worked with Sam on Our World.
Our World.
I can't remember if Finetta was on that one as well. I think she might have been.
Yeah.
I remember that came after a conversation, and yeah, sitting down talking to Sam. That one.
Our World.
Yeah.
That must have been some conversation.
It was actually. It was. That song was written a long time ago. It was written after the riots. I think it was in 2011.
Yeah.
In Tottenham, and then when it spread across London, and we were sitting talking about that, and it was just like the sadness of where our world was at that time.
Yeah.
The song came off the back of that, but what is probably a bit more sad is that it's still relevant today. Not much has changed.
And you're right to say that it is sad that it's relevant. It shouldn't be, but
Yeah,
I guess it's the world that we live in, right?
yeah,
So that's the track on the new album, and that track's a message in the music. Yeah.
yeah,
Our World is the track.
yeah. That's one of them.
Excellent. That's one of them. Any others that you wrote? Can you remember?
Yeah, you're gonna have to bear with me because my memory can be a
That's all
bit
right.
slow. But yeah, the title track, co-wrote that one, Message in the Music.
Message in the music.
Get to Know You.
Yeah.
I wrote that one as well. Co-wrote
Who
Believe.
who wrote Power?
Samil. That was Samil and Sam. Yeah, that was
That's
actually
go
that
on.
was off the back of her uni project when she was doing
Yeah.
her first degree in music.
Okay. And
She'd written it with
that's a
Sam.
few years ago as well, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. But it was
Yeah.
just like it was such a good song. It was like let's revamp that and bring it here too.
And
Yeah.
what a treat for us. What a treat.
Yeah,
That is a
yeah.
song that I'm going to be hammering.
Yeah, yeah,
Because it is
yeah. It's such
definitely a banger. It's a banger.
Yes, yes. We sang that a few weeks ago, and it was just it was such a vibe. Yeah,
Yeah. That's what I love to hear you say when you say it's such a vibe. Good,
yeah.
good. Now, the former album is still kicking it for me.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and there's a track on there called Mind Games.
Yes.
that really captivates me every time I play it. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Who wrote Mind Games?
That's Samia again.
That girl,
That's
man. I'll
Samia
tell
and
ya.
Sam. Yeah. Yeah. I think
Mind
Vanetta
Games.
might have been involved in that one as well. I can't remember off the top of my head, but
Yeah.
definitely Samia and Sam were on that
Now,
one.
Vanessa, right? She is the daughter of Basil Maid, who's one
She
of the
is.
founders of LCGC.
Yeah,
So
she is.
when I say that you guys are like musically like just like what and Ruth's husband is
Mhm.
just like an A1 top class piano player.
Yeah, he is. He played on that album as well.
Emmanuel Wardren.
Yeah,
He is
yeah,
the Don Dada.
yeah, yeah. The piano line that you hear on the title track, "Message in the Music,"
Yeah,
that was
that's
Emmanuel.
Emmanuel.
Yeah, that
That's
actually came
Manny,
from him tinkling. We were at our auntie's house, and
right?
he was just in the front room tinkling on the piano. So if you listen carefully to it, you hear the noises of the children talking in the background. That was
Nice.
just him doing whatever. Then the
Doing
song
his
built
thing.
on top of that. Yeah. So
And
yeah,
and someone recorded it.
yeah, yeah,
Wow. You see,
yeah.
I now know,
Mm,
right? Whenever I'm around you guys, I'm
mm.
gonna have my thing on pause, just in case. You guys
You
are
never know
something
when you might
else.
need it, eh? You never
You
know.
just never know. You just never know. And then I'll
Yeah.
just I'll just I'll just boss it out and I'll say, Sam,
Mm.
look, listen to this, man. You can sample it on the next track. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
So the new album was released on the 31st of May, just a few
Mm,
days ago,
mm,
and it's doing the rounds. And the track that we're all feeling is Power.
mm.
But what's your favourite? Do you have a favourite? I know it's a funny
That
question.
is a tough question. It is a tough question. I actually, funny enough, I thought about this the other day when I was
Yeah,
listening to the album because I knew somebody would ask me this.
yeah, it's one of
And I'm
those
not,
ones.
yeah, I felt like I haven't worked out my favorite yet because I think it very much depends on the day, you know?
Yeah,
And it feels good as a whole thing, if you get what I mean. It's almost
yeah.
like as it runs from one song to the next, it's like, oh yeah, I like this one as well. Oh yeah, I forgot I like this one as well. Oh yeah, this one. So I haven't quite figured out which one is my favorite yet.
That's all
Mm,
right. No problem there. No problem.
at
So
some
here's the
point.
thing.
Yeah.
Recently, we
Mm,
celebrated the anniversary of the album called What's Going On,
mm,
Marvin Gaye.
uh-huh,
The album was prolific in the sense that even to this very day, a
uh-huh,
lot of the music on What's Going On could be related to where we are right now.
mm,
I know we've already mentioned one song off the album
mm.
that is quite, like a now kind of situation, even though it was penned a few years ago. Is there any more tracks on the album that you would say, you know what, I think
Mm.
in the next 10 years, this track is going to be the one that will still stand the test of time?
Mm.
If you had to pick one or two tracks, what track would you say has got a message that will stand the test of time from the whole album that's out right now?
Mm. That's interesting. Um, well, I would hope I would hope that they would stand the test of time for good reasons. Um, I think power's always going to be relevant for
Yeah,
whatever time, because I think that we're learning what love can do. Um, I think we're in a really weird time as a world, where everybody's kind of just out for themselves, unfortunately. Um, but learning that love is a really powerful thing and it helps us to come together and to build and to develop, I think that's going to be a thing. To be honest, right, and I'm not just saying this for the sake of trying to get people to listen to it, but I actually think that the messages in general will stand just because they are about life and they're about where we are.
yeah,
Truth, that's always going to be relevant. Having integrity, reminding people about having integrity. We're always going to be needed to remember that. What else was there? Believe. We're always going to need to believe that we can make it. You know, it's life. It's life.
There's a
It's
saying,
not
believe in
bad.
something or fall for anything. Belief is something that is quite important. It's been a pleasure talking to you. You're just one of the many members of V9 Collective. Do go out and get the album. It's called Message in the Music. It's available on all good download sites. If people want to reach out to you guys, how can they do that?
Well, we are active on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. But I would say go to the website www.v9collective.co.uk, and all of our social links are there if anybody forgets how to find us. But we're V9 Collective everywhere.
That's easy. Yeah. Thank you so much, Tula. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure speaking to you. Please say hi to the rest of the gang, and I cannot wait to see you guys live again.
We can't wait to be live.
I could just imagine. And, you know, some people have already got dates scheduled and stuff like that. But are you guys holding on for dates to promote?
Well, hopefully we will do soon. Hopefully we will do. I think we're just kind of getting ourselves together. And hopefully back out there soon.
So thank you for joining us on the platform today. Our guest, V9 Collective and Tula Lynch there. I'll be back. So stay where you've got it. And do subscribe to the channel. Take care until we meet again.